Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys 1/6 scale DC figure unboxing and review video. Now today we are going to be taking a look at Harley Quinn from Birds of Prey. This time though, it's the Golden Dungarees version from the end of the movie in the booby trap battle. Now I really did like the caution tape version, but this is the one I have been most excited about, and finally she is here. Now I got mine from toyswonderland.com, link for that is in the description below. They have 12-month installment plans and an awesome reward system. If you do like seeing early Hot Toys reviews, why not hit that subscribe and bell notification icon so you're notified as soon as the next review goes live on the channel. What we are going to do now though is get the box laying flat in the light box and do the unboxing. Here of course we have the box art, and I absolutely love the way this looks. It fits the aesthetic of Harley Quinn perfectly. A massive image of Harley giving us a devilish wink on the front of the box, Birds of Prey booby trap down below, and a couple of doodles that represent various things from the movie. You also have this gorgeous metallic finish. Now on the side we do have Harley Quinn, and on the back, Birds of Prey, a couple more doodles, and once again a metallic finish. On the inside, you do have another image of Margot as Harley Quinn, but this one is my favourite. I love the colours, I love the composition, and the metallic gold they've used for the feathers. Plus, you do get a sneak preview of the figure inside. But we're not here to do sneak previews, we're here to unbox her, so let's do just that. Don't worry, throughout the course of the video we will be doing a comparison back to the other version of Harley from Birds of Prey, plus the first release, the Suicide Squad one, which I know is a lot of people's favourite. First in-hand impressions of this version though are pretty darn positive. I'm loving the choice of the gold they've used for her dungarees. What we are going to do now though is get all of her accessories laid out in the light box and take a closer look at everything she comes with. Here we have most, but not all, of the parts and pieces. We do still have to look at the backdrop, and we'll do that in just a second. Starting off with the display base first though, it's the usual hexagonal style, Harley Quinn on the front, and then an absolutely gorgeous metallic print up top. Birds of Prey on one side, caution tape in the background, and some crossed mallets down below. You also get a regular waist clamp up on top. Now, to go along with the crossed mallets on the display base, you of course get Harley's mallet. I'm pretty sure this was an exclusive accessory that came with the original Suicide Squad Harley. But if you missed out on it the first time, I guess this is now your opportunity at picking it up. And it looks great. The front and back have nicks and gouges taken out of it. She's obviously thwacked a lot of people. There is writing that goes all the way around, and it's painted very well. You also get a pair of roller skates with, yes, real rolling wheels. I would have loved to have seen some way of tying them together so she could hold onto them in her hands, but nevertheless these do pop onto the figure, and you'll see that a little bit later in the video. The silver is suitably shiny and metallic, and so too are the shoe portions of the roller skates. There is blue or teal on one side and a soft pink on the other. You also get the same exact chains that we got with the other Birds of Prey Harley, including the Bruce name tag up front. Lastly, you do get a full array of Harley Quinn gesturing hands. They do have different rings on both sides, and they are suitably shiny. You also get some very tiny details printed onto her nails. They are accurate to the film. What we are going to do now though is get the diorama backdrop out here and take a closer look. Now, if you've already checked out the review on the other Birds of Prey Harley, you kind of know what to expect here. It's done in the exact same style. It's rather tall, so unfortunately it won't fit in a detolf, and you do have these cardboard stand pieces on either side, so it can actually stand up in the display. The front though is done in this gorgeous metallic print. I am loving how much metallic they are using with these Harley Quinn releases. It absolutely helps them pop in the display. You do have an image of Harley front and center, as well as a kind of pinball machine aesthetic down below, plus her name up top. I really like this, but I think my favorite backdrop from the line is the one that came with the other version of Harley. What we are going to do now, though, is get Harley Quinn herself out here and take a closer look. Here we have her standing straight up and down in the light box, no crazy poses or accessories or anything like that. And honestly, I really like this. I didn't think the gold dungarees were for me. But now that I have this figure in hand, oh yes, they definitely are. This figure is going to pop in your display. Plus, if you're doing an all-gold shelf, you can pop her alongside your Golden Armor Wonder Woman, and I think they'll play off each other very nicely. You do also get a really good Harley Quinn head sculpt, something that I was worried about. Plus, yes, there are those issues with the joints, and we will discuss that, but overall I think she is greater than the sum of her parts. What we are going to do now, though, is take her off the rotating turntable, punch in, and take a closer look at the details. Here we have her up close and personal. Now I'm pretty sure there is one very clear and very exposed reason why a lot of people are passing on this Harley. Now before we discuss the outfit and the head sculpt, let's talk about the elephant in the room. It's of course the jointed, fully exposed, single bend elbows. Now I think I know why they did this. It's because they haven't quite yet cracked the code on printing the tattoos on seamless arms. To have it so that they are durable and won't crack and peel, this I'm fairly certain was their only option. Now for me, I'm okay with it. When you bend the arms, it's not super visible, and that means I can leave them like that without worrying about cracking and creasing. But if it's not for you, and you find this too toy or doll-like, I totally understand. And unfortunately, it doesn't get much better in hand. They are very clearly still there. Now let's move on to the head sculpt. I really like it. At first, based on the promo pics, I didn't, but seeing it in hand, yeah, it looks a darn sight better. I like the devious grin and the slight furrowed look to the brow. She looks like she's up to something, and the skin texture and paint applications are on point. The likeness to Margot Robbie is definitely there, but it is stronger from certain angles. I also like that they've painted in the darker shading to the roots up top, and the pigtails are jointed. She has all of the accurate earrings sculpted in on both sides, and of course those chains that we discussed earlier. They sit a little bit lower than the caution tape version, and I much prefer that here. I don't like how high they sit. It kind of makes the caution tape one look like she has no neck. Now, she does have some tattoos printed on her upper torso, front and back, as you can see, property of Joker, but I don't know if they've continued the tattoos under the outfit on the legs. I'm not adventurous enough to try and remove the gold dungarees, but if you do, let me know if the tattoos are present underneath her outfit. Up top, she does have her pink sports bra, which you can very neatly use to cover up the joint between the top of the arms and the body, a nice, simple trick of hiding some of those exposed joints. She also has the shorts with the accurate painting and stripes down below, then over the top of all of that, her gold dungarees. I really like the way they look. They are accurate to the movie. They don't look too big or too baggy either, which is something I was worried about. There is a real working zipper that you can zip up or down, which means yes, you could technically remove the gold dungarees. I also like the diamond print and that the gold, glossy diamonds are juxtaposed quite nicely alongside the matte ones. She also has some knee pads sewn in, and then down below some very classy golden boots. Once again, some diamonds on the front, a zip painted on the side, and then a heel around the back. But of course, this particular version of Harley does come with some roller skates, And here we have them. They look great and they work perfectly on Harley. The only issue, which I think isn't really a massive one, is that the wheels actually can roll, which means it's going to be incredibly hard to get her standing without the use of the display base. Not a big deal for me, I'm always going to be using said base, but it is something to be aware of. For those wondering, yes, the caution tape jacket Harley's head sculpt fits on this body, and it looks great. I am super tempted to leave this on this outfit for the long haul. Do let me know which of the two head sculpt options you prefer down in the comments below. Now for a quick side-by-side comparison, here we have the booby trap battle version of Harley on the left and the caution tape jacket version on the right. Now, interestingly enough, the gold dungarees Harley is actually taller. I don't know if that's because they've made the legs longer or if it's because the boots connect at a slightly higher point, but you can very clearly see she is taller. That might upset some of you. For me, it's not the biggest deal in the world. I can chalk that up to one of them having bigger heels. Now, the bodies are almost exactly the same, except, and I don't mean to sound crude, but the booby trap battle version does have a slightly reduced chest section. I think that's the nicest way I can put it. The crop top is exactly the same between both of them, so too are the shorts, the arms, the legs, etc. They do come with different accessories and of course different outfits, plus different head sculpts. Next up, here we have Suicide Squad Harley, the OG, and I still absolutely love this figure. But as you can see, she is a little bit shorter. The new version uses a brand new body, it's a little bit slimmer and slightly taller. The boots on Suicide Squad Harley have really big heels, so I would have thought the height would be more on par, but they do look completely different standing next to one another. The head sculpts also are drastically different. You're getting a crazy, wacky expression with Suicide Squad, and a much more neutral smirk on the left. I'm sure y'all are going to have your favourites between the two, but for me, I'm happy to have them both. Lastly, here we have the Suicide Squad Joker. And as you can see, he is also a little bit shorter than this Harley Quinn. I don't know if Jared Leto is significantly shorter than Margot Robbie, but this is throwing me off just a little. I am tempted to pop some ankle extenders in this Joker to give him a little bit of added height, because going forward, if this is the body that Hot Toys are using for Harley Quinn, then she's going to be a little bit taller than other figures. Just going over articulation. Now bear in mind this is my personal copy of the figure, so I'm going to be a little bit more careful. I'm sure when you get yours in hand, you can push the joints slightly further than I am willing to go. Now, starting off with the head sculpt, it is on a ball joint at the base of the head and another at the base of the neck. Looking forward to there, going back to there, swivel and pivot side to side. You also do have some swivels up here at her pigtails. The arms will go up to there on soft ratchets, they will go forward and back, a little bit of butterfly at the shoulder, a single bend at the elbow that does get you to 90 and also incorporates a swivel, plus a regular 1/6 scale wrist peg. The torso does have a ball joint at the midsection and another at the waist, crunching forward to there, going back to there, swivel and pivot side to side. The legs will go forward to there, they will go out to there, swivel at the upper thigh, a single bend at the knee that does get you to 90 and also incorporates a swivel, plus a ball joint down here for the ankle. Just going over the 3 cool and 3 annoying things. The first annoying thing, and it's not a big deal for me, but I know it bothers a ton of y'all, it's the exposed joints at the elbows. That to me just means you can have the arms bent and posed for a super long period of time and you don't have to worry about cracking and creasing. But for those of you out there who want your figures to be completely seamless, then yes, I understand, this doesn't quite cut it. The second annoying thing is the material choice for the outfit. This looks and feels like pleather, which means in the future it may very well have some pleather related issues, cracking, peeling, degrading over time. Fingers crossed it's not an issue, but for me, I would have preferred if Hot Toys had used something else. The third annoying thing is that we only get one head sculpt. Now, I don't mean to sound ungrateful, I really like this sculpt, but because she's only coming with one accessory, being the mallet, I would have loved to have seen another expression. They could have gone crazy with it, even done the winking expression from the front of the box, or the blowing the kiss expression from the inside cover. This one is good, but I would have loved to have seen one more. The first cool thing is that you do get swap out roller skates with real rolling wheels. How did she have time for a shoe change? I don't know, but I'm super glad they threw these in the box. The second cool thing is that they gave you articulated pigtails. These could have very easily been fixed in place, but no, Hot Toys decided they're going to be able to move. You can pretty much put them wherever you want them to be, and that means your poses can get just that little bit more dynamic. The third cool thing is, of course, the backdrop. It's colourful, it's metallic, it's flamboyant, and it's very Harley Quinn. It complements the figure perfectly, and it's something that, yeah, I'm tempted to use in the display. Just wrapping up on the booby trap battle version of Harley Quinn from Birds of Prey. Now, just like the caution tape jacket figure, I think this release transcends the media that it originated from. What do I mean in saying that? Well, not a lot of people loved the movie. I personally did, but I can understand that a ton of y'all out there just don't have any love for it. That doesn't mean, though, that you should pass on these figures. They are still very fun, very different and unique takes on Harley. They are still Harley Quinn at the end of the day, and I know more than a few people who missed out on the Suicide Squad versions. And let's be honest, that film wasn't great either, but Harley is a standout in pretty much any film that she appears in, thanks to in large part Margot Robbie, who does an amazing job with the performance. Now, they have captured her likeness really well. I was worried that the head sculpts weren't going to be great on the caution tape and this golden dungarees version, but the head sculpts are both really good. I prefer the caution tape jacket figure overall. I think that outfit is way more flamboyant and is going to stand out in the display. But this one is no slouch either. She does come with less accessories, but the golden dungarees will definitely help her pop in the display. Now, I got mine from toyswonderland.com. They do have 12-month installment plans and an awesome reward system. While you're down there, why not check out the link to 6 Scale Network, the Facebook group. Come along, chat figures, share photos of your collection, and of course, see what's coming up next on the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.